Welcome to the HR show with me, Andy Evans, and it's been 3 weeks since we were last on the air. Thanks for joining me. If you're wondering where I've been, or why my voice sounds like this, is that because I'm still down with laryngitis. So I have been struggling now for about 3 weeks, dealing with actually having no voice, period. And what that meant was the fact that I couldn't actually do any content because no one was actually going to be able to hear what I was going to say. We're still struggling with the voice, so it is a bit raspy, it's a bit croaky. I've actually not said anything today to anybody at this time. So I'm going to get through this as much as I can. So it may not be the normal longest episode you've ever seen in the world, but there will be an episode for this week. So what are you going to expect on the HR show for this week? Well, it's Tuesday, the 4th of May, which can mean one thing. It's Star Wars Appreciation Day. So I thought, what better way to celebrate that than by looking at how Star Wars can be viewed from an HR perspective. Well, get your lightsabers packed up, get your Millennium Falcon ready to go into hyperdrive because we are about to kick off the show. But before we do that, let's give you the contact details. If you would like to get in contact with me, you can do. All you do is email andy@theHRshow.co.uk. You can visit us on Facebook at The HR Show. Tweet us, common theme, as you're going to learn, as you've always learned already, at The HR Show. We're on YouTube at The HR Show. You can connect with me on LinkedIn. All you need to do is search Andy Evans HR. And you can visit the website, which is allthews.theHRshow.co.uk. And if you would like to sponsor the show, if you would like to advertise your product or your brand or your service on the HR Show podcast, then you can do that by emailing sponsorship@theHRshow.co.uk. So let's get to it. Let's start talking about my topic for today, which is, of course, Star Wars. And you can see the video at the moment playing in the corner, just a little bit of a distraction. You've got the Millennium Falcon. But one of the things that always struck me is the opening words, "A long time ago in a galaxy far, far away." And if you're like me and you're a Star Wars fan, you know that the biggest conflict throughout the series is that between the dark and the light side of the Force, a literal fight between what is good and what is evil. So the light side embraces the behaviors and principles that we should generally adhere to. But the dark side acts almost villainously and in ways that we should be avoided. Those aligned with the dark side, including the Sith, who are the evil space wizards, and the Galactic Empire, who are space fascists, whereas the light side include the Jedis, who are a monistic Night Order, and the Galactic Rebellion, which is an alliance looking to overthrow the Empire's tyranny. But despite all of that, despite its creative blend of sci-fi and fantasies and lightsabers and blasters and starships and droids, and of course the Force, there are valuable insights that we can take away into the world of HR. And we're going to kick that off right now with training, development, and mentorship. And there's a great quote from one of the films, Return of the Jedi, by Yoda. Yoda I am, which is, "Pass on what you have learned." And this is passed on really throughout the entire 9 films of the series. It's the importance of training and development and mentorship. It's how the Jedi Order is the best example of this. They have got a strict hierarchical structure with Force-sensitive individuals, people like Luke Skywalker and Princess Leia, who begin their journey at a young age. They begin as initiates, they begin as apprentices, or in this case, Padawans. They're individually chosen by the Jedi Masters. And only Jedi Masters who complete their training can become Jedi Knights. So what has this got to do with HR? You might be asking, and I know people are going to be clicking out and going away. But a great example of this really is demonstrated by the character of Obi-Wan Kenobi. He is first seen as Padawan to Jedi Master Ki-Go Jinn in episode 1 and accompanies him during the mission to Naboo. And he did this while he was still in training. At the end of the film, though, he was promoted to Jedi Knight and eventually became a Jedi Master. And he takes Anakin Skywalker and then Luke, Anakin's son, as an apprentice of his own. So this tailored training and system of development goes back to the workplace because it's similar to the apprentice model that we have now. The apprentice model where we bring someone in, we train them from an early entry-level age right the way through to forming a full-blown career. You can elevate that one step forward now with Kickstart. And in this pandemic, what we have identified is that training and development of our individuals is really key. And gone are the days when individuals were presented with, wave after wave of materials and told to absorb it. We've always known about one-size-fits-all culture, but that has really gone, right? That's finished. Through apprenticeships and kickstarts and training and development, we've identified that learner-centric training is becoming more and more prevalent. And we also know that training is a fantastic investment for our organizations. Why? Because it's great to have a formal process for employees, but it doesn't have to feel formal. You don't need to get rid of the classroom style discussion or the theoretical models. But like the Jedi, it's really better to emphasize some practical, personalized, and relevant instruction, and then consider a mentorship program if you haven't already. How many in your organization, senior management, mentors, ex-senior members of staff would be considered the Yoda or the Jedi Masters? Would they be willing to pass their level of knowledge and experience to the young Padawans? Not saying everybody gets a droid, that would be ideal. But in our businesses, think about what we can do to really kind of take the principles and the ideas and generate new training. Teamwork and collaboration. Help me, Obi-Wan Kenobi, you're my only hope. The immortal quote by the late, great Carrie Fisher, who played Princess Leia from episode 4. But if you try and name the main hero from any of the Star Wars films, what you're going to notice is there's not one. You don't categorically turn around and say it's Luke Skywalker. You don't categorically turn around and say it's Han Solo or Chewbacca or R2-D2 or C-3PO. What you do is you find out that it's actually the Alliance. It's the Rebellion. It's all of them. It's Han. It's Chewie. It's Luke. It's Rey in the new films. Because every win that they did against the dark side or the Empire was done as a team. In episode 6, Return of the Jedi, the Empire was in a process of building another Death Star. That's a space station capable of destroying a whole planet in one blast. After the Rebel Alliance had destroyed the first one. Now the Rebellion devised a two-part attack. Soldiers would attack the Empire's base on Endor, where the Death Star's shield generator was located. Once it was disabled, the Rebel fleet would attack and hopefully destroy the Death Star and the Imperial's fleet back in space. But despite nearly losing, the Rebels on Endor completed their mission with the aid of the Ewoks. Lando Calrissian, flying the Millennium Falcon, destroyed the Death Star. Through a collective effort, the Empire was defeated. But like the Rebel Alliance, many workplaces now arrange their employees into teams, and for good reason. Teamwork allows for the capitalization of strengths and the mitigation of weaknesses. Goals that might be impossible for a single person can be attained more easily and more frequently by teams. as long as every member performs their duties and is committed to accomplishing collective shared goals. Teams can produce both faster and greater results than individuals. And by doing that, they foster creativity and innovation and greater problem solving, as multiple perspectives and ideas can be considered. If you don't already, what you might do as a business is consider forming teams and establishing a teamwork mindset in your organization. Embed this into your values and into your behaviors. But don't forget, just like the characters within Star Wars, they needed tools to accomplish their objectives. They needed the Falcon, they needed lightsabers, they needed comms. But we too need tools like Teams or Zoom, because this can greatly enhance teamwork and collaboration within our workplace. And the final one is open thinking and open communication. Obi-Wan Kenobi, again in Return of the Jedi, said many of the truths we cling to depend greatly on our own point of view. And the Jedi are a perfect example of the importance of open thinking and open communication. In episode 1, Qui-Gon Jinn meets with the Jedi Council, informing them of the news that was really devastating and really controversial, that he believed the Sith still exist. The rest of the Jedi believed they had been obliterated 1,000 years prior. And he wanted to train Anakin Skywalker to be a Jedi. And Anakin was too old. Now, neither of these items was received very well by the Jedi Council, but they still heard him out. They still treated him with the high level of respect that his position warranted. And they considered what he said. He felt able to approach the council with his thoughts and requests, even knowing that, to be honest, they're going to disapprove. But he had the intestinal fortitude and the confidence and the assertiveness to be able to do that. And combined with thorough training and development and effective teamwork and collaboration, promoting both open thinking and communication completes the trinity, the ideal HR triangle. Open thinking and communication in the workplace are important because they connect to so many different areas, like training and teamwork. Some boundaries are required, but like the Jedi, you should really encourage a work environment where employees feel safe, feel welcome, feel confident to ask questions, to share ideas, share thoughts, and share concerns openly and without the fear of rebuttal. Teams and organizations really need open communication and thinking in order to properly collaborate, plan, learn, solve problems, and then develop creative and innovative ideas. So Star Wars is a movie. It's 9 films, spin-offs. It's one of the most profitable franchises ever. But even with Star Wars, the underpinning is what we need to be as business leaders, what our businesses need to encourage. I would love to hear what you think about how the principles of Star Wars reacts to you and your company. But for now, I'm going to be signing off. My voice is gone. I leave my contact details on screen. If you'd like to email me, you can, andy@theHRshow.co.uk. You can visit us on Facebook, tweet us on Twitter, view us on YouTube, connect with me on LinkedIn, and visit the website at theHRshow.co.uk. But until then, and until next time, thank you for joining us, and may the Force be with you.